Bayonetta 3 is an action-adventure game developed by Platinum Games and published by Nintendo that ups the ante from previous games in the series, with a dimension-shifting storyline that serves as the platform for exciting settings, massive battles of kaiju, and more. Best action gameplay on the Nintendo Switch. Bayonetta 3 was announced in 2017 and fans had to wait a long time for its return. But it was worth the wait. Bayonetta 3's story spans the entire multiverse. An entity known as the Singularity travels between dimensions, slaying those who oppose it with an army of artificial monsters called homunculi. Bayonetta is drawn into this conflict and sent on a journey to find objects known as Chaos Gears hidden in various realities. Jean is sent on a secret mission to find a scientist with more information about the Singularity, while a witch in training named Violet joins Bayonetta on her mission to find the Chaos Gears and stop the Singularity. Bayonetta 3's gameplay will be familiar to fans of the series, except for one major innovation: demon slaves. Bayonetta 3 features a kaiju mechanic, as giant demons that appeared in cutscenes during battle in previous games can now be summoned and controlled in battle. Bayonetta must dance to keep the demon summoned, so control passes to the demon and she is vulnerable to enemy attacks while dancing. Keeping the demon in the field also drains Bayonetta's magic meter, so there's a limit to how long it can be maintained. Bayonetta 3's other new mechanic is Bayonetta's Demon Masquerade, which gives her a hybrid form based on her equipped weapons and demons and grants her new in combat and out-of-combat abilities, such as inscribing spider demon form their walls of scales. The fantastic kaiju battles of Bayonetta 3 are an amazing addition to the game, where the player can perform combos with his demonic allies or harness a large monster to fight a large enemy creature. There are instances where it cannot be used, but it is available for most of the game and adds a whole new dimension to the combat system. Purists can stick with Bayonetta if they wish, but kaiju battles are the pinnacle of the game, taking the battle system to a new level of fun. The massive demons also play a central role in the action sets and overcome some stage hazards, giving them plenty of screen time in some of the best parts of the game. Bayonetta 3 also introduces a skill point system for demons and playable characters, allowing the player to unlock new powers and buffs throughout the game. Bayonetta isn't the only playable character in Bayonetta 3, as Viola and her demon Cheshire Cat also appear in many levels. Viola has a very different playstyle from Bayonetta, as her witch time is triggered by deflecting enemy blows with her sword. Viola's use of the demon slave ability is also different, as Cheshire acts alone, allowing Viola to fight alongside her, but she loses access to her sword while she is on the field. Viola's fighting style takes some getting used to, as she's closer to Raiden in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance than Bayonetta, but once she clicks, the levels of her are just as fun. Bayonetta 3's levels are incredibly large, and the Nintendo Switch keeps up with the game very well, apart from some minor pop-ins in the larger levels. Games like No More Heroes 3 on Nintendo Switch really struggle to hold it together at times, while Bayonetta 3 never feels limited by hardware. The epic scale of some of the boss fights is also to be seen, with Bayonetta 3 featuring some of the best bosses of 2022. The one major stumbling block with Bayonetta 3 is the optional side activities, which seem designed to be as annoying as possible. These range from having to catch incredibly fast animals running around the stage, putting puzzle pieces together in a short amount of time and having to watch the same excruciatingly slow footage every time, and an enemy that turns Bayonetta into a baby, forcing the player to avoid her sailing without Bayonetta's powers. Many of the optional combat challenges also have limitations that make them boring rather than difficult. Luckily, these are all optional and easy to avoid, with one big exception: the Jean stops. Jean got dirty in Bayonetta 3, as her mandatory side stages contain retro 2D levels that are boring to play, and the only good thing about them is how short they are. Bayonetta 3 manages to improve the gameplay of its predecessors and add extra elements that enhance the experience. The few negative elements are either optional or short enough to ignore, as the highlights of the game are what make it such a great experience. Bayonetta 3 is one of the best action games on the Nintendo Switch, even surpassing Platinum's Astral Chain in terms of size and entertainment value. Bayonetta 3 will be released for Nintendo Switch on October 28, 2022. Our evaluation: 4.5 out of 5. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and support my channel.